The Paris Agreement is a worldwide treaty focused on fighting climate change. It was signed by 196 countries during the UN Climate Change Conference COP21 in Paris, France on 12 December 2015 and came into effect on 4 November 2016. The main aim of the Paris Agreement is to keep global temperatures from rising more than 2 degrees Celsius compared to temperatures before the Industrial Revolution. Countries are also working hard to limit this rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. But why 1.5 degrees Celsius? Scientists say that if the Earth's temperature increases by more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, there will be worse effects of climate change, like more droughts, heat waves, and heavy rains. To prevent this, the world needs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere. Experts say that by 2025, emissions need to be at their highest and then drop by 43% by 2030. The Paris Agreement is special because it's the first global deal where all countries agreed to work together to fight climate change and help each other adapt to its impacts. To make it work, countries need to make big changes to their economies and societies. These changes are guided by the latest scientific research on climate change. 5-year cycle. Every 5 years, countries have to increase their efforts to tackle climate change. This is called ratcheting up. Since 2020, each country submits its own climate action plan called a nationally determined contribution. These plans explain what the country will do to reduce its impact on the environment. Each time a country submits a new NDC, it should be more ambitious than the previous one, meaning the country will aim to do even more to fight climate change. At COP27, countries agreed that we need to take faster action to keep global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius. They asked all countries to review and improve their climate action plans, called NDCs, for 2030, so they can meet the goals of the Paris Agreement. Each country can adjust their plans based on their own situation, but they must do this by the end of 2023. The Paris Agreement introduced a system called the Enhanced Transparency Framework (ETF) to keep track of how countries are dealing with climate change. Starting in 2024, countries will have to report clearly on what actions they are taking to reduce climate change, how they are adapting to the changes caused by climate change, any help they are giving or receiving to support these efforts. These reports will be checked through international reviews to ensure accuracy. All this information will be used in something called the Global Stocktake, which will assess how much progress the world is making towards long-term climate goals. Based on this, countries will be advised to make even better and stronger plans for the future. Since the Paris Agreement was made, we have seen progress in fighting climate change, though much more needs to be done. Many countries, cities, and companies are now aiming to become carbon neutral, meaning they want to balance out the carbon they release by reducing or capturing it. As a result, low carbon solutions, which produce very little carbon dioxide, are becoming more common and competitive in industries like electricity and transport. This has opened up new business opportunities for companies that adopt these solutions early. By 2030, these zero carbon solutions could be affordable and widely used in industries responsible for over 70% of global carbon emissions.